Today, we're talking about Election Day, famed music producer Quincy Jones dying, Russia's foiled plot, and other top news for Wednesday, November 6th. Stay informed while remaining focused on Christ with the pour over today. Here's the quote of the day. I have one desire now, to live a life of reckless abandon for the Lord, putting all my energy and strength into it. Elizabeth Elliot. Let's get started with some espresso shots. Polls folded up their cardboard partitions on the most expensive election in U.S. history last night. So, who won? As of recording this last night, we don't have a projected winner. Each state has different rules for how votes are verified and counted, which impacts how quickly results are known. For example, in Pennsylvania, mail-in ballots cannot be processed, open envelope, verify signature, prepare for counting, until 7 a.m. on Election Day. It will likely be days before 100% of these votes are counted. Some polling locations in key states, including Georgia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania, were forced to stay open late after hoax bomb threats and county software errors forced temporary closures during the day. What were the candidates up to? Yesterday, both VP Harris and former President Trump made their final appeals in swing states. Trump crisscrossed North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Michigan, while Harris zeroed in on Pennsylvania, a state whose 19 electoral votes could determine the election. Both candidates released their final campaign ads. Harris promised to be president for all Americans, describing Americans as neighbors, not enemies. Trump ended his ad with, "It's the people who are making America great again." What about non-presidential races? Voters also bubbled in their choices for 34 senators and all 435 representatives in the House. Republicans have held a slim edge in the House since 2022, but close races in New York's suburban swing districts and several California seats could shift control. Democrats have held a one-seat majority in the Senate. Key races in Ohio, Montana, Pennsylvania, and Michigan will decide control for the next 2 years. Believers will interact with many anxious people this week. We have an opportunity to radiate a hope in Christ the King that's unshaken by the news that shakes the world. Shine Christ's light in the tense and angry corners of your community this week. Matthew 5:14-16 says, "You are the light of the world. A city situated on a hill cannot be hidden. No one lights a lamp and puts it under a basket, but rather on a lampstand, and it gives light for all who are in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven." Quincy Jones, the man known simply as Q, has died at 91. Perhaps best known for his work as the producer of the all-time best-selling album, Michael Jackson's Thriller, in 1982, Jones worked with a panoply of artists such as Frank Sinatra, Miles Davis, Amy Winehouse, and Paul Simon, and even produced the 1964 hit It's My Party. He wrote almost 40 movie scores and was instrumental in writing and producing We Are the World in 1985, while his own 1991 album Back on the Block won the Grammy for Album of the Year. Tributes poured in from all over the world, including from Paul McCartney, Lionel Richie, and Oprah Winfrey, who credited Jones for discovering her for her Oscar-nominated role in The Color Purple. Quincy had 7 kids, including Parks and Recreation star Rashida Jones. As we mourn the passing of a music legend, it's an opportunity to consider that whenever we do anything creative, we are mirroring the first creator, the one who made the heavens and the earth. Nehemiah 9:5-6 says, "Blessed be your glorious name, and may it be exalted above all blessing and praise. You, Lord, are the only God. You created the heavens, the highest heavens with all their stars, the earth and all that is on it, the seas and all that is in them. You give life to all of them, and all the stars of heaven worship you." The temperature is getting colder, which means it's time to heat up your hydration. So let's give a warm welcome to Element Chocolate Medley, a tasty trio of chocolate flavors. We become less thirsty in cold weather, but that doesn't mean we're well hydrated. So add a salty spark to your morning routine with chocolate mint mocha. Spice up your afternoon with chocolate chai, cinnamon garnish optional but encouraged. Or wind down with a cozy cup of chocolate raspberry. Get it while it's hot. Chocolate Medley comes with a free gift, 8 single-serve packs of their year-round flavors. Enjoy hot hydration and check out the Element link in our show notes. In other brews, here's a rapid round of updates. Russia appears to be behind a foiled plot to start fires on North America-bound planes. 2 incendiary devices, electric massagers rigged to catch on fire, were ignited at DHL logistics hubs in Germany and England, sparking a multinational investigation. Lithuanian and Polish authorities, who collectively made 5 arrests this week, say the devices were a test of a larger Russian sabotage campaign. Israel's prime minister has fired his defense minister over a crisis of trust. Netanyahu said Yoav Gallant's disagreements over military strategy in Gaza and Lebanon have led to statements and actions that contradict cabinet decisions. Foreign Minister Israel Katz will replace Gallant, who said his life's mission will always be Israel's security. Meta's plans for a new AI data center were halted by rare bees. The tech giant's deal with a nuclear plant for carbon-free energy was delayed due to environmental concerns over endangered bees found on site. The new data center was intended to support Meta's energy-hungry AI projects, which require far more power than traditional forms of computing. Our house is getting too small for our TV. Manufacturers are rolling out more supersized 97-inch TVs that's over 8 feet, wider than a king-size bed, in time for the holidays. Sales for the XXL TVs are up tenfold so far this year as prices fall. 5 years ago, Samsung's 97-incher cost $99,000. Today, the price tag is $4,000. First-time homebuyers in 2024 are older and wealthier than ever. Real estate rookies have a median age of 38, up from 35 last year, and a household income of $97,000 according to a new survey. A record number are using inheritances for down payments as rising housing prices and high mortgage rates price younger buyers out of the market. And that's all we have for today. Thanks so much for listening. If you're listening on the Apple Podcast app, give us a 5-star rating and drop a review. If you're listening on Spotify, give us a follow and hit the notification bell to never miss a new episode. We appreciate your support and hope you have a great day. We'll see you on Friday.
If you're looking for exceptional stories, you're looking for the Nothing Left Unsaid podcast with former NFL player, TV personality, and #1 New York Times bestseller, Tim Green. 8 years ago, Tim was fatally diagnosed with ALS. Despite losing the use of his vocal cords, Tim is harnessing the power of AI to interview intriguing guests like Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the NFL. While not all guests are explicitly Christian, Tim's strong Christian values guide every thoughtful and inspiring discussion. Tune in to the Nothing Left Unsaid podcast every Wednesday. Just search for Nothing Left Unsaid on your favorite podcast app.